Alrighty, good morning. Today we're going to work on purchase orders, job board, and your purchase order list. So it's basically a fairly quick demonstration today. This is all pretty much done for you by the system, so all you've got to do is go in, select what you want to do, and send it off. So just a quick look at the work that we've been doing over the last few days. All you do is you click on the job board. It's just like an Excel spreadsheet, so you can either sort it by the work order date, the due date, customer, the sales rep. In general, you're going to sort it by the due date, so you've got obviously the ones that are due now are at the top. Anything due now or overdue are in pink or salmon, whatever color you would describe that as. Anything due in the future is white and would be down below. So this is a really easy way to sort of see at a glance what you need to do today and in the coming days in your production. You can customize this screen by just clicking on the column settings and either changing what you can see on the screen and what prints out just by ticking or unticking the box. So prefix is handy. Work order number, completely irrelevant. Job box, yes. Sales rep, yes. Customer, yes. Description, yes. Quantity, yes. Tub, no. Caps, proof. Again, this is why I generally don't select any of that in the sales screen, because normally you don't look at it. Digitizing, yes. Work order date. Quite often I won't look at that. I might have it on the screen, but I won't have it on the printout. Ordered, definitely. Due date, definitely. Urgent, yes. Has a rush fee been charged? No. Job notes, yes. And completed. Oops, I got that around the wrong way. On the screen, sometimes no. I generally don't like people to do that because quite often they forget to actually invoice it if it doesn't show up on the job board. So, but it is a function that we can have. So I'll leave it on at the moment and just show you how it works. Once you've selected everything that you want on your screen, hit save, and it will change the look of it slightly. So if I looked at this screen and went, okay, yeah, we've actually done that, we've done that, and we've done that, and then I hit refresh, those will disappear because they've been completed, so they're no longer on your job board. If I realise that I actually hadn't completed one of those, all you have to do is click on show completed and they're back on the screen. And I can go back and go, actually I thought they were completed but they weren't. Untick them and then they're back on the job board. Okay, so that's your job board. It's really handy, especially when a customer calls up to work out if you can do their job when they need it. If they're asking for a rush job, you can have a quick look at it and go, okay, they want it on the 28th of November. You look at it and go, well, I've got lots on the 26th. I've got an awful lot on the 26th actually. So realistically, a lot of that's going to go to the 27th and maybe even the 28th. But I've got nothing on the 29th. So I might be able to bump some of this work earlier, because I've only got 2 jobs due the 25th, not one's due after, so that shouldn't be a problem. It really helps you to be able to look at what jobs you've got on, when they're due, so you can shuffle around your production. Okay, so very, very cool, handy feature. Now, the purchase order wizard. Again, all the work that we've been doing in these videos over the past few days, anything that moves from a quote to a work in progress automatically gets sent to the purchase order wizard. And now we have lots of stock that needs to be ordered. So what we do is we sort it by catalogue or we sort it by supplier. Every so often the suppliers don't show up, not quite sure why, and every so often the catalogue doesn't show up for people. So you've got 2 ways to work out who these products are coming from. So obviously all the catalogues are here at the moment, so we'll sort it via catalogue, and it just groups them together, makes it a bit easier for you. The next thing we do is we look along here and we see, okay, so we've got 2 items from Australian Spirit, quantity of 7 items, and it's scheduled on the 2nd of November for test customer 1. So you look at that and think, do I really need to order this now? Can it wait another few days to hopefully get a few more shirts on this order? Because I'm going to order 7 polo shirts that are about $10 to $12 each. I'm going to get charged $10 to $15 shipping on that. So can it wait? I mean, seven shirts isn't a small order, but it's not a great order either. You're only looking at $80 to $100 for that order. So at this stage, I would say maybe hold off. Biz Collection, on the other hand, is a big order. So we select all of those garments. That's lots of shirts, and we look at the quantity, and yes, there's an awful lot of shirts there. Again, it's all due or scheduled for the 2nd of November. So we've selected everything from Biz Collection. We now hit next. This takes us through to the next screen. At this point, we can add items to our purchase order. If we had somehow made a mistake and ruined a shirt previously, this is when we can add it back into the Biz Collection order. Or if you knew a customer needed a sample shirt, again, you can add it in here. Add items, and all you have to do is select the shirt like you normally would in the sales screen. So I'm going to get another neon. Actually, no, I'll get a nitro. Nitro polo, and I'm going to get a medium. So it's 1 medium. So in the notes, you actually put down who it's for, what it is, and who it's for. So that when the work comes in, when the order turns up, you can look at your purchase order and know exactly what that shirt's for. Otherwise, you're going to have this extra shirt that in a couple of days you might have forgotten that you placed that order. Okay, so once that's done, you hit next. We now, on this screen, all we have to do is select our supplier. So this is Biz Collection. If you can't find your supplier in the list, you hit Add New, and you can create a new supplier. If for any reason you see any shirts on here that you really don't need, if you realise that actually no, this person changed their mind on the Berlin shirt and they were going to go for a cheaper option, all you do is highlight the line that you don't need, click remove, and it just removes it from this order. It's still in the purchase order wizard at this stage, but it's not going to be put through on this order. Now once we've selected our supplier and removed any items that we don't need, sorry about that. Hit create order, select the due date, so that's tomorrow, which isn't really happening, so Monday the 29th. Any notes that you want, and in America at this stage they would actually call their supplier, place an order, make sure everything's in stock, and then they would get a confirmation number from the supplier and put it in here. None of our suppliers in Australia will accept phone orders. They all want it in writing, so they either want it faxed, emailed, or they want you to order through their website. So the confirmation number is pretty much null and void for us here in Australia, but if you do have any order notes, you can put them in here. Generally they don't get read and they get ignored, so if you do have anything you need to say, actually call them after you've sent the order and speak to somebody in person about it. So now we hit save, and we've got 3 options: save and print with detailed, save and print detailed with amounts. Okay, this time we're going to do a plain one. I'll show you the plain. This is the purchase order I would recommend that you print out when you are emailing or faxing this to a supplier, because it's got the least amount of information on it out of all the purchase orders. everything the supplier needs: the style code, the description, the color, the size, the quantity, and the cost that we think it's going to cost us. That's all they need, apart from obviously our details up here. So you'd print that out, you'd either email it or fax it, and then that order is done. So as soon as you complete an order, the purchase order list automatically opens up, as it just did there. And the order that we just placed is sitting on top. Now what I would recommend that you do is you double click on that order, you hit print, and you print a detailed with or without amounts. That's completely up to you. So what this does is now gives you a purchase order for your records in store, what was ordered, who it was ordered for. So when the stock turns up, all you do is you grab your purchase order, you tick it off against the invoice that they've sent you, making sure everything is correct, and you know exactly what box these shirts have to go into. So it's really, really simple for you. It does all the hard work. It makes your life very, very easy, this little purchase order. So you just go through men's neons. I've got 5 of those. That's going in job box 6. Excellent. 5 large, job box 6. 3 small, job box 6. The slim fit tees are all going in job box 3. Cool. You chuck them in. Really, really easy. Okay. So if your supplier ever says, "Oh no, I didn't get that order," you can just scroll back through. You can search by dates, by purchase order number, by supplier, by total, anything that you want. You can search a multitude of ways to find that purchase order that they say they never got. Double click on it and print it, resend it to them. Next, we go back to the purchase order wizard and we check out all the other items that are in our list. So as I said, we've got Australian Spirit, 7 items. We can hold off on that. That Biz Collection shirt that we removed from our previous purchase order is back here. Now, if as we said, the person doesn't want that shirt anymore and they've changed their mind and gone to a different shirt, we need to remove it from the list. But obviously you have to tick it first and remove it from the list. What I would recommend that you do is go back to the work order and change the shirt in the work order, and it will also do the same thing. It would have removed the shirt from the purchase order list if I changed the work order first. Next we have 2 headwear suppliers. So we got 5 caps from Epicenter and 10 caps from Headwear. Now if we look at this, 5 caps, maybe $2 each for these ones. It's a $10 order. We're going to get charged $15 in freight. We're certainly not going to order this one yet. $1.80 for these caps roughly. Again, we're going to get charged roughly $10 in freight. Is it worth our while? Not really. If you're going to order it, what I would recommend that you do with something like this, a 4199 in black, very common color, very common cap, I would actually continue through and I'd order a box of them. That makes it worth your while. Instead of just ordering 10 shirts, 10 caps, getting charged the same amount in the cap price in freight, order 25, get a box, then you've got some stock sitting there, so next time someone orders 5 or 10 caps, you just pull them out of your stock, embroider them, and you're all good. Okay, again, you'd need to select your supplier and create. Very simple. That is how you do purchase orders. Any questions? Give me a call 0433 753 855 or shoot me an email nsharples@ufgcorp.com.au. Good luck with it. Purchase orders and the job board and the purchase order list. You can get a little lost every once in a while, especially with the bigger jobs, but just have a go. If you can't work it out, give me a ring. Alright, thanks.